We're back. Farley has gained level and height.
Commander, the war is displacing a great many people, and thus the influx of a great many foreigners into the realm is inevitable. Many of them are driven to crime by want or ill will. To that effect, I propose that if a foreigner is found guilty of an offense, he or she should be deported immediately. Delinquency is on the rise, and we need a few effective deterrents to curb its proliferation.
Foreign criminals seem to abound like sand on the beach these days, Commander. Let's be rid of them like Falstaff suggests. In fact, the sea would be as good a border as any to make them cross. Yes, let them drown for their
Many criminals inhabit our realm, Commander. Such is the unpleasant reality. Some of them are domestic, some of them are foreign. Punish them when they are caught, but do not make the distinction.
Commander, the war is displacing a great many people, and thus the influx of a great many foreigners into the realm is inevitable. Many of them are driven to...
Oberon and I are of the same mind in this matter, Commander. Deportation just seems a bit excessive. And I very much doubt it's the structural solution Sir Silvervein hopes it to be.
No, Commander. Falstaff has it all wrong. We imps force foreign convicts to do all sorts of dirty and dangerous jobs. Why deport when we can make them drudge?
Right.
Many criminals inhabit our realm, Commander. Such is the unpleasant reality. Some of them are domestic, some of them are foreign. Punish them when they are caught, but do not make the distinction.
This is hard.
Capital, Commander. Let others provide for this petty riffraff. We'll have none of them no more. Solves jail overcrowding, too. We're killing 2 burglar birds with 1 stone here.
Wonderful. Let's organize ferries to Shark Point. Once deported there, there's no way these vermin will ever make it back to our 7 blessed shores.
I think you're setting a dangerous precedent, Commander. Associate foreign with criminal, and you'll give rise to all kinds of mischief.
Your call, Commander. But don't come crying to me if vigilantes sprout like mushrooms and start dispensing their own unique brand of justice.
This is sheer folly, Commander. Now we'll have to use domestic scallywags to do all the nasty chores. That's like discrimination in reverse.
I don't know. That was a hard one.
Praise be that it shall be my...
after it. Fucking.
So, Oberon is putting poof nuptials back on the agenda, is he? When will those blasted elves realize marriage is about procreation, not pleasure or passion? Can't these queers be happy with what they have? Used to shoot 'em on sight barely a century ago.
Both.
Commander, I intend to propose legislation later today that will make it possible for gay couples to be married. I know I'll get some pretty stiff opposition from Falstaff and especially Yorick. Sir Falstaff raises some proper concerns about family values and the likes. But that holier-than-thou collection of bones will prattle on and on about gods and such nonsense. Nothing we can't handle.
Seven wither Oberon's tongue for uttering such perversions. He and his depraved ilk would allow men and women to fornicate with others of their own gender. How base, how vile can one become? God save us from this debauchery.
Commander, could you spare me a moment? Now, I know I'm a general and politics isn't my field of expertise, but I was hoping you'd support Oberon in his attempts to allow marriage for people of the same sex. It's a pet peeve of mine, you see. Live and let live, I say. Why do others get to decide who someone may or may not love? None of their bloody beeswax. So much hypocrisy would be exposed for what it is, you know? Think of the famed lizard artist Della Gecko, for instance. Everybody knows he's gay, but he was forced to marry a duke's daughter. 2 lives made miserable because of senseless so-called moral objections. The whole business is unconscionable if you stop and think about it. Thanks, Commander. You're a doll. I'd give you a kiss that'd blow your jetpack off if you weren't off limits.
Commander, could you please refrain from blowing hot and cold? Win all or lose all, but don't choose that all too tiresome middle road. Our enemies have come to fear us, as they should.
Oh, come on.
So, you're backing the fairies, are you? Both the elves and the other kind. Thin end of the wedge, if you ask me, Commander. They'll be marrying goat.
Gay marriage is a reality. You've written history, Commander. Long have we elves fought for what we think is an example of basic equality. But never has a monarch given us his public support.
Just to be clear, I'm not
Commander,
gay.
every citizen in the realm pays taxes. Every industry does the same. But which is the one institution that escapes the taxman? Why, the church, of course. Hardly fair, is it? So why not introduce a temple tax? Let every temple, church and cathedral pay, say, a monthly fee as a token of goodwill toward the Empire. After all, does not the church benefit too from a strong and wealthy state?
When will that filthy dwarf finally pass a single day without resorting to sacrilege, base and vile? The Church of the Seven is holy, above such secular concerns as taxes. If you want yet more gold for the royal coffers, you had better look elsewhere, Commander.
Introduce this new tax, Commander, and the Church will just demand more of the public in donations. So in the end, who will really pay? The man in the street. And they give more than their share already.
The Church of the Seven is one of the wealthiest organizations in Rivlon, Commander, and it's true they don't impart as much as tuppence to the treasury. So Falstaff is right, hardly fair.
Temple tax. What a marvelous idea. Take from the Seven and give it to science. Full stop.
Marvelous! Oh, yeah.
I am baffled beyond belief. The profanity here enacted is enough to anger the mildest of the gods. In fact, I'm much surprised a lightning bolt from the heavens hasn't yet torn the rate.
When the dwarves come along with one of their schemes, everyone goes colorblind, it seems. They see only gold and care for gold only. The greater good, forgot.
Marvelous!
Splendid. I'm certain any clergyman worth his salt will gladly part with some of his worldly means if doing so bodes well for the Empire. Wouldn't you agree, dear Yorick?
Spot on, Commander, spot on. Tax them to kingdom come. You'll be doing them a favor.
Is it that you guys need?
Seven save us from the dragon, for where he goes, vice sprouts like infectious corruption, disseminates like a poisonous contagion. Ghouls coveting not women as they should, hags longing for anything but the male touch. Abhorrent is the hell you stage.
Thanks again for passing that new marriage law, Commander. There are these two lizard girls I know, and they tied the knot the moment the news broke. What a feast we had! I don't remember any of it.
What a splendid victory that was. Your strategic insight almost rivals my own.
Bloody good show, Commander.
Right? always see him.
I hope you don't mind, Commander, but I've requested that a few of your generals should undo the havoc that is being caused by a group of lizard rebels. These misguided souls have taken to the teachings of a cult that worships the so-called One God, and they're causing no end of unrest. I'm sure Henry and Edmund are the proper officers for the job, wouldn't you agree? They'll need to be diplomatic, though, if they seek to succeed.
A dear old lady, our Prospera, but it saddens me to see senility is taking hold. She actually wants me to work together with that barrel of gin they call a general. It would be almost comical, if it weren't so galling.
Commander, a word in your ear. There seems to be a spot of trouble in one of the provinces. Some lizard rebel running amok. Naught but a trifle the Prospera has requested us to deal with. But she wants me and Bloody Edmund to go together. Yes, he's a lizard too, it stands to reason. But the man's as pleasant as a cactus down your trousers. So if you don't mind, I'll go alone. Practice? I'll be practicing skittles with his balls before the day is out. You know that cold-blooded cretin annoys me to no end. I'll follow your orders, Commander. But we're supposed to quell an uprising, you know. Not add fuel to the fire.
Sup, Commander?
What would you inquire?
What a pair Edmund and Henry make, Commander. Worry no longer. The insidious religion of the One God no longer tempts a single lizard in the realm. They either pay homage to the Seven, or have the good sense not to prattle on about gods at all.
Never would I have expected the likes of Henry to wag such a silver tongue. There must be some brain cells left neath that simian cranium of his after all. Holding on for dear life, I expect.
We've returned from our mission, Commander. All's well among the lizards again. No more praise for the One God anymore, but proper prayer for the Seven, or whatever floats their boat. I was hoping for at least some resistance, so that I could spill a mite of their cold blood. But there was none to be had. Diplomacy, aka idle chatter, saved the day. Wasn't such a bad thing, looking back on it, that serpent of an Edmund tagged along. Obviously, we were plotting each other's demise from the get-go, but when push came to shove, we both wanted to appear the greater general, forced us to bring our A-game. Long story short, the cultists renounced their evil ways and were accepted back into society. Boring as fig stew. But Prospera's over the moon. She can stay there for all I care.
Sup, Commander?
What would you inquire?
Cards.
Commander, you know we elves sometimes stuff our pipes with a few Drudanai leaves so as to experience its gentle, mind-altering effects. There are some that say its use should be outlawed, but I want to propose the exact opposite. Studies have shown this plant's medicinal use can do wonders to alleviate pain. So I think every doctor should be allowed to administer Drudanai like any other remedy.
But I need to. So that's exactly what. Oh hey, Hapano Mihomo. I'm gonna take like a 30-second, like a 1 minute, 30 seconds break.